Hello to you, Emanuel Shahaf.
Hello, hello.
What would be the headline of the situation here and now in Israel?
Continuing deterioration of the democracy in Israel.
Didn't Israel and Israelis suffered enough?
Apparently not, because the deterioration continues. The government is hell-bent on reducing freedoms, freedom of speech, freedom of newspapers, and encroaches on a lot of freedoms that we're used to.
Give me some practical examples that you are watching here in Israel right
Practical
now.
example, somebody was taken by police after yelling, after cursing a government minister at a graduation ceremony at Hebrew University. He was not only removed from the venue, which is understandable because he was screaming, but he was then handcuffed and stripped naked and held for 3 or 4 hours without any legal basis whatsoever for yelling at the Minister of National Security.
He was disturbing a ceremony.
Yep, it's reasonable to remove him, that's okay, but not to handcuff him, and certainly not to strip him naked under the circumstances. So that's something that happened before to other people who were stopped after demonstrating against the government. So this is apparently has become a mode of operation of the police.
What about the cell phone of one of the demonstrators?
Yeah, another situation, a demonstrator, a cell phone of a demonstrator was taken, and the police requested from the court to search the cell phone for relevant electronic information. Fortunately, the court refused the request, but just simply the request by the police is completely outlandish. There was absolutely no basis whatsoever for requesting such
looking into the cell phone.
Yeah, I was looking into the cell phone.
You know, we're talking about the cell phone and the military attorney, what is called in Hebrew the Patzarit affair. What is your
the JAG.
What is your visualization about this affair? What basically is done here?
What has been done here, because of the very unfortunate actions of the JAG, of the Judge Advocate General, because of the unfortunate actions, the limelight has been moved from the actual crime which he was dealing with at the time.
By the soldiers.
By the soldiers.
Allegedly.
In Sdei Teman, allegedly, and substantiated, and has moved on to what she is doing, and for leaking the video, which supports the legal case, and then lying to the Supreme Court about it. So all those who support law and order suffer from this development. And it should also be pointed out that this is pretty much the only case where the Judge Advocate General took legal action against soldiers in the whole Gaza war, okay? And there were, as it turns out now, there were dozens, if not hundreds of cases where soldiers committed potential war crimes and should have been taken to task, and she didn't do anything. And this is the only case she did take action.
Do you think that all the low wings in the Israeli administration are basically fighting one against the other? How would it end?
How will it end? It will end that one side will win, and I'm afraid that the side winning will be the government.
And then democracy in Israel
is finished.
Do you think that elections are going to be taking place in the coming year? Free democratic elections.
There may be elections. There won't. If they will be, they will likely not be free and completely democratic, because certain citizens will be prevented from participating in the elections.
Do you think about the Arab population?
Most likely the Arab population or parts of the Arab population will not be allowed to participate, or the parties at least, not the citizens.
And then what is going to be happening? People are going to be accepting that? It's against the Israeli basic point of view.
It's a reflection of the change in the public mood. Since the nation-state law definitely since Netanyahu's last government, there's been a considerable move to the right, and people are willing to put up with actions taken against Arabs with very little protest.
Is there any protest that you are seeing in the Israeli means of communication?
In the media, there's very little. There's only one media source, Haaretz and 972, who are clearly against the government.
And the others?
And the others are, to this or that extent, slaves to the government.
Slaves?
Pretty much, yeah. They won't challenge the government on critical issues. They'll challenge on small things, but they don't challenge on the big picture.
But you know, top journalists in Israel would say, we're telling the story that we believe in.
Okay, they're telling the story that they think they can get away with. They're definitely not telling the whole story, the full story, and nothing but the truth. They're not. It's clear that what happened in Gaza deserved much more coverage, and not only that, we didn't get the coverage. And now that time has passed, more and more details are coming out, more and more people get to see what we did in Gaza, and also our media have to be held accountable for that. And it's not, it's clear that we deserve our place number 102 on the list of freedom of newspaper, freedom of information.
102?
102, yeah.
Wow.
We used to be in 34, now 34 or 26, I don't remember, and now we're at 102. So that's a pretty bad situation to be in.
And what is happening in the West Bank?
Well, part of the media's problem is that they don't report on what's happening in the West Bank. So whenever something comes out, it's usually pretty bad because it's reported by foreign media, and the situation there is literally close to a civil war.
Close to civil war?
Close to a civil war. And I'm not sure the government is not interested in that situation.
Why?
Well, first of all, our government doesn't do anything against it. So that is clearly an indication that the government will have an interest to keeping it. But it permits the government to possibly remove Palestinian population from the West Bank, which some government ministers are clearly in favor of. Okay, so we don't know where this is going. It also permits the government to keep keep us on the verge of a civil war all the time, and an emergency situation which permits the government to delay elections.
Do you think that what is happening here might happen also, or is already happening also, in the United States, for instance, in New York after the last elections there?
I don't think. I think New York is going to be pretty progressive as much as possible. I think it'll be most likely a outstanding light compared to what's going on in the United States now. Because Mamdani was elected on a ticket of progressive democracy, of equal rights, of economic equality. So that's a pretty strong ticket.
On the other hand, anti-Semites might look at that elected nominee and say, well, now we have our opportunity.
Yeah, that may very well be, and he will have to prove that he sticks to his words to protect the Jewish community, make sure that nothing untoward happens to them, which I'm pretty sure he will.
You know, Emanuel Shahaf, at the end of each interview, every month, you're finding a point of light in what is happening in here.
Okay.
Please share one.
It's again the progress with our book, the book that Taysir Abu Saada and I wrote about
as co-authors.
Co-authors, Shared Sovereignty, which is has been published in Dutch. It is being translated into Arabic as we speak, and also being translated into Hebrew.
Great.
And I'm looking forward to publish it in English soon.
That's great news. Emanuel Shahaf, people that want to be part of your journey, of the Federation, here in Israel and internationally, how can they join you?
Facebook, Emanuel Shahaf, the Quest for Identity, the Quest for Israel's Future, or the Federation Movement.
Emanuel Shahaf, I want to thank you very, very much.